Happy Friday to everyone. Welcome to our second half of our Summerslam plate exchange. I'm Steve with On the Ring Apron. Dear sweet Kia, once again, making the coin at work tonight. Wanted to be here, but, he's going to watch from afar, so she'll probably be in our audience. If you happen to spot her, take a second to, to say, hey, we've got Miss Alyssa running our show here today. Say hey to everyone.
Hey.
But we're here for a special play exchange. Let me let the music cut out real quick. There we go. That's a really hard song to talk over, as you can imagine. But we are here for the second half of our SummerSlam plate special as we celebrate the two remaining champions that we had from the SummerSlam weekend. And that is Damian Priest winning the United States Championship, as you saw me with a minute ago. And then, of course, what has been considered the upset of the last 3 to 4 years, Ilja Dragunov ending the 860-day reign of Walter on NXT Takeover 36 to win the United Kingdom Championship, the first new champion we've had in over 3 years with the NXT title. Of course, we're also celebrating a special part this month, as you're aware, or maybe not, but you're about to find out. It is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. All of September, you'll see WWE doing Connor's Cure. We've got our pins, got our wristbands, and all of it is to support the V Foundation in helping to help cure childhood cancer. We're going to be part of this as well. We're combining with the V Foundation. It's going to be a part of all of our shows throughout this month, so you have an opportunity to be able to donate money onto any of our videos, as well as this live video we're doing here. Every little bit helps. If you can throw in, $1, I mean, goodness, every little bit helps, because we are fighting something that...
There you go.
Okay. So we're combining with them to be able to try to, provide as much money towards this cause as possible. So every one of our shows that we do so, for every person who comes in and watches our shows live, we are going to provide a donation at the end of the month on behalf of everybody who appears to Connor's Cure and the V Foundation. But with that, let's get to what you came to our first of what is two of them, and that is the first being the United Kingdom Championship, which of course was won by Ilja Dragunov in what was considered by most to be an upset over Walter at Takeover 36. It ends the 860-day reign of Walter, and for only the he is only the fourth different United Kingdom champion, following the initial champion Tyler Bate, the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne, and then of course Walter himself, and now Dragunov getting a chance to see how long, as he says, long live the Czar. So we do have his plates, so let me first get the belt open here, and I guess let me show y'all first. We did have the Walter plates on them. Everybody can see. Got a good look?
Yeah. Cool.
See, I can't see the camera, for those of you who are wondering why I'm not able to establish this myself. I can't see the camera from where I'm at, so that's what Miss Alyssa's there for. But we do have, as I said, the Ilja Dragunov plates. He debuted them on NXT earlier this week, and we now have them in our possession, so get everybody a good look at those.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And we're going to go ahead and get those on our plates, but first we have to remove the Walter plates. And normally this is when I open, because it takes me a minute or so to get these off of here and get them replaced. If we happen to have anybody that's out in the crowd that happens to throw in a comment, Miss Alyssa will take a second to throw those out there for anything that might be getting said. It's a relatively quick show, so we know that, audience interaction, of course, while always encouraged, is not something that we expect on one of our smaller shows. So, hey, if we don't get any, that's fine. But we do want people to, to spread the word, show out, and at least stop in for just a couple of seconds, couple minutes if you can. Watch the whole thing if you like. Because every person that does come into our shows is going to increase our donation amount that we are going to give to the V Foundation on behalf of Connor's Cure. For those of you who have not heard of Mania Club, you've seen us wear their shirts, you've seen us wear their jackets, their baseball jerseys, and everything else. And one of the things that they're getting ready to auction off here in the next couple of days is a virtual meet and greet for two people with the boss, Sasha Banks. So if you haven't looked at Mania Club's site, go find them on Facebook, go find them on Instagram. They do a ton of great stuff, but I believe that it may be with pretty good question that maybe with the exception of a huge contributor, which was Tommaso Ciampa, that Sasha Banks may be the biggest virtual meet and greet that they've had up to this point. We're definitely going to try to get our name in on that, but just like everyone else, we're members and, you know, got to put in donation and hope like everybody else. I want to say, you know, and if any Mania Club members happen to watch this, they're welcome to throw a comment at the bottom. I want to say it's $10 to get your name in the hat, but, I mean, $10 for what ends up being about a 45-minute to an hour-long meet and greet with Sasha, you know, amongst a group of, you know, several other Mania Club members, you know, and all of the proceeds going towards a good cause as well. You can't really argue it if nothing else. Even if you don't, you know, get in on it, you know, you're contributing to a fantastic cause. And if you win, you know, you get an opportunity to have a meet and greet experience with one of the biggest names in all of wrestling for, you know, a fraction of the cost that you normally would pay. So, honestly, it's a win-win either way, you know. But, you know, we got one more plate to put on here. Alyssa, your thoughts on Takeover?
For these two?
Yeah, for this match. Let's say this one.
Damian Priest, that man fire. He's very bold, I'll put it like that. He just won his stuff and is already challenging folks, but you know, it's fine. I like that. He don't care. And then the other one, let's see. Like I told you, the first go round, Chops.
Yeah, just
Dear
you
God,
can
that's
still
all I
feel
can
him
do.
right here, right?
Yeah, I still feel that.
If you haven't gone and watched this Dragunov and Walter match,
That was great.
Go back and watch it. It was match of the year last year, and I believe that the rematch lived up to the hype. Absolutely.
Definitely.
But with that the case, we have the Ilja Dragunov plates on our NXT United Kingdom Championship. And of course, we post pictures of these on our Instagram and on our Twitter immediately after this, so you'll get an opportunity to be able to see it. And the Walter plates return back to the box. I have a feeling that it's not going to be long before we see these on a title again. Maybe the NXT Championship. Maybe he moves to the main roster. Hey, the Tribal Chief needs new competition. You never know.
Nah, I'm good. Nah, Tribal Chief is good.
Yeah, you're good with the Chief being champ. The hashtag Forever Champ.
Oh yeah.
But we move into our other one, and that is the United States Championship changing hands on SummerSlam. Sheamus' reign as United States Champion officially coming to an end. I think something like 130 some odd days as champion. We've seen his plates on here before. We did a plate exchange when he won them, but it now goes into the hands of the new champion, which is the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest. We were blessed enough to be able to get his plates. Anybody who saw his NXT Championship plates, unfortunately, you're not going to be in for much of a shock because they're essentially the same thing, just on the round plates. But we do have those here. Everybody get a good look at those. And with that, we'll go ahead and get them on our belts. But, we get ready for SmackDown tonight. A couple of weeks left until our next pay-per-view, which is Extreme Rules. At the moment, we only have... Really, essentially, I think there's only one match officially on the card right now, and I think that is Becky Lynch, the SmackDown Women's Champion, defending the SmackDown Women's title against Bianca Belair. Bianca winning a fatal four-way elimination match on that first SmackDown. Let's see, Liv Morgan, Carmella, and Zelina Vega.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, interested to see how that ends up panning out. But... the expectation is that, Becky's probably gonna rule for a little while, especially with the women's Money in the Bank having already been used by Nikki ASH earlier this year. No threat of, having to worry about a cash-in. It would be someone having to beat her straight up. And of course there's some expected matches already in place. They're starting up another rivalry with the Street Profits and the Usos. Of course, Brock Lesnar coming back, likely going to be challenging the Tribal Chief in an Extreme Rules match. How much better is that? Sheamus plates off. Show you those.
Yeah. And
we now put the Damian Priest plates on. So, we get ready after, about half an hour after the show's over. SmackDown airing, live on Fox. Alyssa, your hopes going into SmackDown tonight, besides seeing the Tribal Chief? That may be all you care about.
Tribal Chief retaining, but
Well, I mean, he faces Balor tonight, so you have to wonder, is there any chance, of a title change? Balor, of course, the guy who first Universal Champion, had to give it up. Never, in retrospect, ever really got his true rematch in terms of, in his mind anyway. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, you know, Big E still sitting there with Money in the Bank. You know, so you never know what he might have in store if, you know, Roman was to take enough damage, or if Balor was to pull the upset but then get attacked. Does Big E, you know, win the title? Hey, we've got all their plates if that was to happen. So, you know, but your bet's on the head of the table.
Yes, child.
And
come on now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Roman as well tonight. You know, I don't feel like this is the place. Why are you bringing back Brock? You know, if you know, and I said already, you know, I think that, you know, Brock and Roman is a big enough match without needing it to be for a title. So I wouldn't be shocked, and it certainly would, you know, get some faces out there. But you know, I don't think this is where it's going to happen. I think Finn will put on a great match. I think it's going to be a fantastic main event. But I don't think a title change happens here. I do believe Roman's going to retain. And speaking of, you know, champions and whatnot, that puts Damian Priest's plate, the Archer of Infamy's plates, now on our United States Championship. And we'll see how long he holds the title. A lot of people gunning for him. He's got Drew McIntyre and, of course, the former champion Sheamus, along with a number of contenders. And it looks like he's prepared to run that gauntlet of open challenges and whatnot. So, you know, at what point will that backfire on him and he'll lose the title that he worked so hard to win? But that's Plate Exchange. For those of you who came and joined us, thank you so much. Remember, this entire month we're supporting Connor's Cure along with Mania Club to help out the V Foundation. Remembering, again, tell your friends about all our shows. Have them go back and watch these, because every person who views our shows throughout this month, we're going to make a donation at the end of the month. We're going to make a huge deal out of it, have a big blowout show at the end of the month. Of course, we've got, you know, different other shows coming up. Kia's trying to see if she can bring back her quality time with the Queen. We haven't seen her get a chance to be back in front of the camera in a while, but she's been interested in trying to get some time off to bring that back. And of course, we've got Extreme Rules later this month as well, so we know there'll be a Top Rope spoilers for that. And, you know, never know. More plates. You know, that's not up to me, but I'm ready when they want to switch them out. But either way, Steve with On the Ring Apron. You guys enjoy SmackDown. Coming up here in a few minutes, Dragunov, the new UK champion, Damian Priest, the new United States champion. You guys have a great night.